Today, we're cleaning this entire interior using only one product, Rinseless Wash. Hello everyone. That's right, no APC, no dedicated interior cleaner, no dressings, and no hassle that comes with bringing a bunch of different bottles with you. Just one bucket, one dilution, and a few towels. Maybe a brush as well. Now, this vehicle honestly isn't too bad, which makes it the perfect candidate for this process. It doesn't need a full interior reset, it just needs a solid maintenance clean. I like to call it a refresh, especially before it's set out to be sold in a few hours. With that said, let's cover one of the fastest and most efficient ways to clean an interior in a pinch, as well as one of my favorite ways to handle these kinds of jobs. If you find any part of this video entertaining or useful, maybe hit the thumbs up, maybe subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Now, let's jump right in. I don't get a ton of vehicles that aren't essentially mom vans or work trucks, but every time I do, the more I realize just how effective this method truly is. Instead of juggling multiple products, an interior cleaner, a glass cleaner, APC, a quick detailer, you name it. Here, you're working with one solution. That means fewer tools inside the vehicle, less swapping between bottles, and less wasted movement. And if you're detailing professionally, wasted motion costs you time. And time costs you money. Even if you're doing it as a hobby, you probably have a life to get back to. This method feels simple, and honestly almost too good to be true. But it's one of those process upgrades that once you try it out, chances are you're keeping it around, if not full time. Diving straight in, diluting is a breeze. I'm using 2 capfuls for 2 gallons of water, so a capful per gallon. How easy is that? This particular Rinseless by DIY Detail is a hybrid polymer and surfactant-based formula. Try saying that 5 times fast. But not all rinseless washes are built the same, so keep that in mind. In this instance, the surfactants help break down grime and light contamination, while the polymers help encapsulate and suspend the dirt so it can be safely wiped away. If you've ever been comfortable enough to wash a vehicle using rinseless, it works the exact same way. The dirt isn't just being smeared around, it's being lifted and carried into your wash media, then deposited in the bucket. All in all, it's extremely cost efficient, and using more than recommended can lead to streaking, so less really is more here. In the footage you're seeing, I'm using a low nap microfiber towel and wringing it out really well. Any moisture you introduce into an interior, you have to take back out. So leave it damp, but not dripping. Fold the towel into 4s to have multiple clean working surfaces and minimize pressure points, then wipe away. Clean the section, then immediately follow up with a dry towel. You want to come in right after with the drying towel to prevent any potential polymer spotting, and more importantly, to physically remove the emulsified dirt that the rinseless just loosened. And that's pretty much what you'll do around 90% of the interior. It's far less aggressive than APCs and degreasers, so less risk of rubbing off any sensitive white lettering or messing with other delicate surfaces. To make the process more efficient, I like alternating between 2 rinseless towels. While I'm using one, the other is sitting in the bucket releasing dirt and getting ready to go again. And I get it, I was a bit skeptical at first, but having a bucket is surprisingly a huge advantage. Instead of your towel loading up and staying dirty, you just dunk it and the solution does the rest. This saves on towels and makes washing that much easier later in the machine. Did I mention there's no heavy chemical smell left behind either? When you're done, the interior just smells clean. Not like you sprayed half a cabinet of bathroom cleaners inside. This is the part that sold me on using it for interiors though. Normally, I'd start with a light dusting phase. or someone without an air compressor, sadly. This helps prevent overloading my towels right away. But because I can toss the towel in the bucket and reset it, I skip that step entirely on a vehicle like this. Also, since I'm using the same process for basically every surface, I can completely finish an area of the car as opposed to doing things by category, like all of the plastics or all of the glass before I can actually move on. That saves time, that saves towels, that simplifies the workflow, especially in my scenario. As detailers, we should always be looking for ways to refine our process and avoid being left behind as the industry evolves. Not just working harder, but yes, working smarter. For me, and I'm sure many others, this is one of the best techniques to learn, and honestly, one of the more profitable ones too. This isn't about cutting corners, it's about cutting waste. If you're still a little weary, however, Rinseless is safe on plastics, vinyl, rubber, glass, and even light staining on fabric areas. Using it as a glass cleaner has probably been one of the biggest bonuses to me. You know how sometimes you don't have enough product on the towel or the window is just sticky so things kind of drag while wiping? Using a damp rag here eliminates those problems altogether and allows for smooth gliding. You could put it into something like a spray bottle if you'd like instead of a bucket. I'd just make sure not to spray directly onto anything. I've been there, and if so, you risk essentially super cleaning and could stain some spots that way. Another really cool tip is that any removable pieces like inserts can be taken out and left to soak in your wash bucket if needed, instead of picking at them forever. Every little moment does count. If I need to brush anything to agitate or get into crevices, I just quickly dip my brush in the bucket and make sure I dry the area well afterwards. It really feels like you're just painting. For those with an air compressor, this process is even easier, if you can believe it. With things like air vents and switches, you can actually drape your towel over the area and use the air to push the solution in and back out onto your towel. Yeah, pretty wild stuff that I most definitely cannot take credit for. So shout out to Ivan and Nick over at DIY Detail for that one. One of my other favorite things about this method is the finish. It doesn't leave behind gloss, it doesn't leave behind any dressings, there's no sticky residue either. You're simply left with a natural factory look. This allowed me to use it on the rubber floor mats as well, streamlining my workflow that much more. And the cherry on top? It's eco-friendly. As if it couldn't get any better. On the business side of things, this is a fantastic maintenance tier service. Sure, it's not as fun without any suds, but it's also less to clean up in that sense. So fun with how much faster it is. Not every vehicle needs a full multi-step interior reset either. So for qualifying vehicles that are just moderately dirty, there's no doubt that this will save you time and money, even for the customer. I mean, it's less labor, fewer products, and higher efficiency. If someone did want longer term protection, you could easily follow this up with an interior ceramic or something similar, just to help extend cleanliness and make future maintenance that much easier. I know I'm starting to sound like a salesperson, but there's more. If you already have a bucket out from doing the wash, you can use the same one. Since all of the gunk gets separated and falls towards the bottom anyways, it's still usable for the interior right after, making it that much more cost efficient. I know I'm hyping it up, but I just want to stress how influential it's been for my day-to-day process and wanted to share. With that out of the way, it does have its limitations despite my enthusiasm. If a vehicle is heavily stained, muddy, or severely neglected in general, you're still going to need a variety of tools. It won't vacuum, it won't dress. But for maintenance, moderate dirt, and regular upkeep, it's a game changer. as much as that term is thrown around. I mean, you can even take it home with you and use it on things like countertops and more. The simplicity of it makes all the difference. I got this job done on time with some energy to spare, which sometimes isn't always possible. But using this method, I'm happy to say, things went pretty smoothly. But what do you think? Will you be giving it a try on your interior? Or if you already have, what's your favorite rinseless hack? I have heard that it can go in steamers, which sounds pretty cool. If you found any part of this video entertaining or useful, maybe hit the thumbs up, maybe subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and that's that. See ya.